Hello, first viewer. So hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me this time, so if you were on last night, apologies. If you can hear me, a comment would be fantastic. Hello, viewer. Hope you're well. If you can hear me, can you drop a comment in? Because we tried this last night and failed. If anyone's on the stream, I'm just up the other side of the room a second. So you'll have to bear with me because I'm looking for something and I can't find it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I was trying to find something, but I don't know where I've put it. So I'll have to add something else. Hello guys, if you can hear me, please drop a comment. I know I was really struggling with audio when I tried to do this last night, so comments would be amazing if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me at all? Yeah, I got a thumbs up, but I could really do with a comment if you can hear me. I struggled last night. I tried to do this last night. Brilliant, thanks Karen. So I'll give you guys a few minutes of watching these shrimp eat, and I'll go through my plans with you on what I'm planning on doing. So this is what I'm actually feeding. So this is Shrimps Forever Snowflake. I do quite like there's a gold tin by S&M shrimp, and or SMN shrimp should I say, and that's quite a nice snowflake. But I did try and do a live last night, an impromptu one, and I've been having some sort of serious thoughts on what I want to do with the shrimp room. And when we set up this rack, so this is my 1200 rack, this is one that Dan got me ordered in from Poland. Well, he bought it in Poland and then got somebody to bring it into the UK for me, somebody that does work over there, and they bought it back. So it's a very sturdy rack. I've got, I'll move the camera a bit, it makes more sense. So I've got sort of a bit of a gap at the bottom, and then if I can rotate this, if I sort of roll up, you sort of get the idea with the rack. And the way we move things onto the rack was we had I sort of left the smaller tanks at the top, and the way we sort of planned it, or the way we moved stuff, I moved my heavier stuff into the bottom tanks, and I'll say Kaz then. So and anyway, as I was saying, so what's ended up is what I think are my nicer shrimp ended up being on the bottom rack. And as you guys who watch the channel know, I'm not very mobile at the moment with degenerative disc problems and herniated discs and sciatica. So I think sort of moving forward, and I've had a really good think about this, I've got lots of different types of shrimp at the moment, and what I want to do is I want to concentrate on just a few different species or different types. And I think the plan is that what I'm going to do is maybe only keep 4 or 5 types of Caridina, and concentrate on breeding the lines and the genetics that I want to sort of breed. And those, I mean, I'll always keep a mixed tank, it's just a no-brainer, but I'm thinking to move my smaller tanks, which are, I'll show you one, which are that size, so that's actually on the stand. So changing the way the racking works, moving my smaller tanks down onto the bottom, moving my bigger tanks up onto the top, so I can, it's easier for me to work on those tanks and sort of select the right shrimp out of there rather than bending down and struggling. And I think I've obviously got racks on other tanks as well, or tanks on other racks should I say. So I've already sort of started a little bit of a breeding project. I'm probably going to take that a step further with the fancy tigers over here, and I'm going to select some with very good solid reds and nice patterning on those as well. And I think I'm going to get rid of my orange eye blues, my mixed tigers, my tangerine tigers, all of the lower grade fancy tigers will probably go in the mixed tank. I'm going to get rid of my PRL, my PWL, and I'm going to concentrate on breeding genetics from my galaxies, my fancy tigers, and probably my blue bolts. So there'll probably be I'm going to have a real good hard cull on the blue bolt tank and just keep some of the deep blue bolts. So sort of keep an eye. I mean, if you're interested in buying some, keep an eye, because I'll be selling little colonies of things, and I don't think it shows up fantastically well on the I don't know if I can zoom with this. I don't think it shows up fantastically well on here. Oh, I can. But within this tank, I've got some with really, I mean, there's some rubbish in there as well, don't get me wrong, but there are some genetics in here that are, they've got a lot of peach in them. Loads better with the naked eye than it is on camera. I don't know why. There's like a bronzy coloured backline on some of these, and they show up a lot better to the naked eye. So I think my first step is to separate out the coals in this tank, keep the ones that have got the peach genetic into a tank of its own. So there's one on the left here, I mean they're on Snowflake, but there's one just here at the moment in front of my finger, and you can just about make out the peach, but I'm looking for deep, like a rich peach with a thick backline and really good cheek spots on those, and no doubt there's stuff like this one, where is he? Here. So this one here hasn't got a solid backline at all, so that'll go into the mixed tank and stuff like that. So it's just a bit of an idea of sort of where I'm going with that, and what I'm going to sort of concentrate on. If I had the room, and I only had shrimp, I'd have racks both sides of this room, but the shop sort of keeps the hobby going, if that makes sense, and on the basis of that I need to sort of be probably a bit more proactive, and instead of trying to treat shrimp like Pokemon and you've got to have them all type thing, I need to be realistic and sort of drop down to 4, 5, maybe 6 different species. So I really like my Dragon Bloods, but Dragon Bloods are Dragon Bloods, they're never going to be anything else. My Orange Eye Red Devils, I think I can work on a line with what I've got there as well. So I think the plan with those is to try and push out the yeah, we'll do Kaz. I think with the Orange Eye Red Devils, my plans for the Orange Eye Red Devils are to take anything out that's red, and I'm looking for the really dark, deep, rich red. I mean, even looking now, if you guys can see, and this is what's always difficult, this is my mix tank. Look at that deep blue bolt there. So that would have come out at a juvenile. I mean, there's a couple in there that would have come out as juvenile because it was really pale, but as they grow, they turn into other things, and this is why I've sort of held off on this for so long. It's but it is sort of the next evolution for me, I think. You know, the next evolution is, so that blue is, I don't know if the camera will pick him up here, so that's in my coal tank. There's no way that should be in my coal tank, but he's, you know, I've got this rule that once it goes in the coal tank it never comes back out. And I should put some of my mixed tank up for sale really, because people buy them cheap to start on their Carolina journey, you know. But I'll show you the Orange Eye Blues, and they're very dark blue as well, so this will give you, there's not loads of them, there might be 10, 12 in there, And if you sort of followed along with what I've done with those, they so this is an interesting story if anyone's interested in it. But I tried to do a cross, and it failed. So I tried to do a cross between orange eye blue tiger and wild red tiger, hoping to get either red tiger orange eye, or dream of dreams orange eye blue tiger with red stripes, but I ended up with wild tigers, and I literally had three. I was down to three or four orange eye blues, hence me throwing them into that tank. And the orange eye blues bred with the salves, and I ended up with about 10, 12 orange eye blues. Now I have separated them out, haven't seen them breed, and they did really well. So I never did really well with them, but look what soil I've got them on. So I've got them on Tropica. Where they did really well was, let's see if I can get my arm up here with these wild tigers, and that soil there is called Blau. So I'm pretty convinced that my orange eye blues don't like 5.5 pH. They're on Tropica soil, which gives 6.5. Okay, they haven't bred on there. They did breed on the Blau soil, and that gives about 6.2. So they were breeding on there, and I haven't. So because they're on a dark substrate, they're quite hard to see. Tropica's very black. It's a very black substrate, but which they are quite hard to see on there. Be nice to see a buried female actually, but there's definitely females in there, and males, because I'm sitting looking at them now and I can see them, and I'm just going to move this over. So I've got this sort of on it is on a phone gimbal thing, and I say this needs a bit of a cull as well, but I always forget how to use this. It's sort of backwards, but these are my fancies, and I just need to go through and have a cull. But there's some in there that are doomed for the mix tank, but there are some that have got really good. I'm trying to see if I can spot one to point out to you guys. So the one on the one just moving forward now, where's he gone? He's actually sat on that rock, and there's one just to there on that bit of rock. I mean, they've got really good solid red patterns in them. And again, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I've got some that are really bizarre. So that one, the white on that one's actually pink. It's almost like, and there's a couple of them I've got in there where the white on them isn't white, it's pink. I don't know if that's just because it's poor white and the red's bleeding through to make it look pink. But I think I've got enough in there to develop a pink strain, But so that's going to be my evolution. I think I'm going to need to cut down, concentrate more on line breeding, I think, and just even if I have to buy some more expensive shrimp to sort of add some genetic material to there, then I know a few people in the UK who can provide that. So and I won't be buying 10s and 20s of them. I'll be buying 3s and 5s. Because I know somewhere where he's charging a mega money for shrimp, but if it gives me a genetic line that I'm after, and I can support that, then so be it, But for me, then, so I'm probably going to have some pure white lines for sale. I haven't got many pure black lines, and I haven't done well with them. I haven't got many pure red lines, and I haven't done well with them. I've probably lost more than I've produced, and I don't know why. I've tried them on a lower GH, higher GH, various different soils, and I've just not been successful with crystals at all, and yet everything else, as you can see. So this tank here, I've already took some out of, and I've took coals out of it, but I need to work on it. Would you believe me if I told you that I started a year ago in this tank with 10 shrimp? and those are my and that's not all of them. So they're up the walls and everything, and over the back and in the plant. So I literally started, and they're a strange one, my fancy tigers. They're huge. They're absolutely massive compared to normal shrimp. So they're nearly sort of the length of, you know, an adult's, probably the length of the first part of my finger, and I haven't got small hands, you know. I've just seen a big mama here with her head down. She's going to go in that white dominant tank, and my lighting's not fantastic in here either. It's I'll show you actually. My lighting in here, I don't know if you watch the builds, but it's literally, let's show you this. So that's all they are. They're just 6,000 Kelvin lights that I bought off eBay. Oop. Now for some reason I've turned that round. Why have I turned that round? Oh, brilliant. So it's telling me orientation is lock, rotate device back. Oh, there you go. I don't know what happened there, but it decided to rotate. It's a bit strange as well on YouTube lives. Always used to be landscape orientation. Sorry guys, I'm trying to remember that it's reverse. So yeah, YouTube lives always used to be by default landscape, and they're not anymore. They're pushing, they're massively pushing portrait, because most of the content's on mobile and shorts, and there's an open letter that they want people to create more AI content and stuff like that. But aquariums are landscape. I mean, mine aren't, but the racks are. So if they weren't landscape, I'd only get one in, maybe the cover above it. But speaking to another guy who's got a YouTube channel, it's bizarrely, it's nothing to do with us, but his YouTube channel is called Aquatic Fanatics UK. He talks a lot about the Wallstead method if anyone's into planted tanks, so I don't know if you want to give him a shout. And it was bizarre that he didn't know us, and you know, our background is Aquatic Fanatics and, you know, UK Shrimp Fanatics now, but well, we're Aquatic Fanatics on band, well, it was Rob's page, but the I've been chatting to him, and we're in agreement that we both, I like the AI stuff, but it's not real, and I think people like people, and all the nuances that come with that. You know, me pausing, having mad pauses because I'm trying to think of a word, and I mean that's medication, but you know, stuff like that. But and my missus poking her head round the door laughing because I was live, so which was bizarre. So I'll do another shrimp that I probably will keep is my pinto, my German spotted pinto, because when I started shrimp keeping, and these are my blues, but I say these need culling, and I want to keep some of the deep blues and take out the paler ones, so I'll separate them out into a separate tank and then sell the colony. But when I started keeping, my first rode into Carradina, don't know if any of you know Rob Brook, but I was chatting to Rob, and he sent me, he told me he was sending me, but he sent me some Michelins for a mixed tank, and he sent with that another bag with some fish bones in, and I only had one tank. I had to put some nice fish bones as well that I would never have put in. See, there's a nice peach here, very nice. and if the cheek's nice on that one, that's got boa potential. But and this is what I mean by how, you know, I'm chopping and changing what I'm talking, and you might lose track of. I get sidetracked. But Rob sent me these fish bones as well. But within the mix he had, there was a German spotted pinto, and I only had it for a couple of weeks, and I lost it, and I was gutted. And when I found some high grade ones, it was with Gavin up at Dan's farm in Manchester. And the first thing Gavin spotted was the pintos, and he says to me, he says, got some spotted pintos there, and knew I liked them. And I bought 10, and that 10 turned into 20 and 30 and 40, and I literally had them in a 25 litre tank. When we moved into here, I moved them. Bizarrely, I've moved them onto exactly the same substrate and everything, but a bigger tank, and they declined. What I've done, I was trying to work out what's different, what's changed, why were they breeding and now they're not. And the only thing I can pinpoint is I had loads of, and I mean it was overgrown with, is it hornwort? With hornwort plant. So what I've just done is drop some hornwort in there, and there's a couple in there. So hopefully this sort of gets, you know, we're coming up to spring, and I mean I've got nice PRL, but they just don't prosper for me. And I've got nice PBL as well, but they just don't prosper for me. And I've tried everything, lower GH, higher GH, lower TDS, higher TDS. I've tried everything. Different people have told me different things. Benny Tay says drop them down to 80 and 80 TDS and 3 GH. Haven't done that, but no one in the UK keeps them, and the people that I bought them off don't keep them on those parameters. So it's just strange how I really struggle with them. But I do like the PRL, to be honest. I mean, there's one here. I mean, it's a quality shrimp. There's one there towards the back that's almost pure white apart from the headband. You know, that's a good grade. It has got a tiny red spot on its tail, but I don't know. If I could breed them, I'd keep them because I do like them, and I probably would. I probably would. Thank you. I don't know if any of you have ever gone live on YouTube, but they disappear on the phone. Let's have a look. Oh, John. So at the moment, my orange-eyed blue tigers, I'm just going through the messages, guys. My orange-eyed blue tigers are on about 160. They're on about 160 TDS, 5 or just over 5 kh. That was GH, 0 kh, and I've got them on a trial at the moment, so they are on tropical soil, which definitely I know gives me a pH of 6.5. I reckon that I've had best results on them a bit lower than 6.5, so around about 6.2, but 5 GH, 0 kh, and a TDS of around 150. If I test the tank now, it's probably higher. I do need to. I haven't done anything for over a week in here really, and if you look at the I don't know if you can see that. If you look at the water lines, I do need to connect some RO and do some evaporation top ups. So that's pretty much on most of my tanks. But as those that follow the channel, I'll put a 25 litre bucket and I plug it into that tap and fire away, and it fills them all up at once. So I'd hate to sit here just dripping in, but I mean it goes in a bit faster than drip, but not massively. So it's yeah, it's time for me to have a change, definitely, and I need to I need to put it down on paper as to what I'm going to do, what my plans are, and then stick to my plans because I'm a nightmare for changing my plans. So I need to sort of make a final plan, put it down on paper, pin it to the wall, and stick to that plan. So Kaz is going to get first refusal on my orange eye tigers. Um, I've got a pile of mixed wild and red tigers. They'll go pretty cheap, but I want them to go as a colony, and if you could pick them up, that would be even better. I've got a few SS, maybe SS or slightly above, PRL, what's there, 10, 12, 15. There's probably only 8 or 10 PBL. There's probably 20 PWL. There'll be a load of bloodshot as well, and I think I'll sell the colony of bloodshot. I might keep my red galaxies because I have these galaxies. These galaxies occasionally pop out of red, and they pop out blue bolts as well, based on the genetics. But I normally, if they pop out of blue bolts, it will go into this tank. Don't know if you guys can see, but that's one of the peaches I was on about. Really thick backline, good cheek spots. And for me, it's difficult because in order to do a selection on this tank, I need to sit on the floor, which I can do, but getting up's difficult. So I need somebody in here with me because I can't get off the floor on my own because of how much pain it causes. But if someone's there to sort of lift me and help me up, I can manage it. But and depend, it's day to day. It depends on, you know, one day I'd struggle, the next day it wouldn't be as bad. So there's that one there. There's that one over there that's sort of got the peach genetic that I want to try and hang on to. The tank's ready for those. You know, that one's going in the mixed tank. That one in the foreground there will go in the mixed tank. There's one, just not the first one in front of my finger there, the one further back. There's 3 in a line. 2 are just going up the rock, but the one behind this one, so that's showing that genetic really well, but the rest of it isn't that nice. So it's making that decision: do you keep it because of that genetic coloration and hope you get it, or does it go in the mixed tank? And I suppose that's the age-old question, isn't it? You know, but I'll keep an eye on these messages, so I have to click on them. LJ's, yeah, I need to be lower than that. I'm actually sitting on some caravan steps that I use to get to the high points in the some metal caravan steps. Yeah, I do, Rob. I definitely do. It's I put it off for too long, but I need to clear some space, and I need to make a plan, and then stick to that plan. So it's where do you start? You know, I suppose what I probably need is a small empty tank with a filter in, and when I go and clear out what I don't want to keep from my blue bolts, putting all them in the tank, giving a number, taking a bit of video and saying, right, I've got these up, there's 65 of them, I want in excess of this as an offer, or something like that. I'll come up with a price. You know, they won't be expensive. They'll be priced to move on, you know. But I'm going to persevere with the Pinto. We were just, I think that's Rob, isn't it? I was just mentioning you, Rob, with the when you sent me those. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Ooh. My daughter just rang me, but because she's got no chance of doing a live. So yeah, I do, and there are there's stuff worth selecting as well. That's the thing. And then give it another 6, 12 months, see what that produces and stuff. So there's definitely some nice stuff in there. I don't know if you were on. I think that's Rob. I think that's what his name is on YouTube. But I was I was saying that I'd started doing a bit of selecting. I've moved some stuff out of the blue bolt tank into the mix tank, and when it went in, it was rubbish, and it's actually brilliant in the mix tank now. And I really wish it had never gone in the mix tank because there's some quality in there, but it is what it is, you know. It's one of those things. But I was saying anyway that I think Rob's on here. I was saying, and I don't know if he was on when I mentioned it, that with my first Carradina, I had one German spotted Pinto, and I've been in love with the things ever since. And I will persevere with those because I really like those. I do like the Dragon Bloods, and I'll probably keep the Dragon Bloods. I've got loads of Tangerine Tigers that will be up for sale. They're not on neo parameters as most people like to think, and they are breeding. So as you can probably see from the wrong way, from the top of the double sponge. So this is just the 25 litre, but I bet there's circa 50, 60 in there, and they're on that blouse soil, so they're on a pH of 6 or just above 6 as well. And I know it's blue just by the look of the soil, so it does change colour after a while. I mean, the lighting's not as good on this one, but that's how it goes sort of over time. But that's one of the that's one that's gone wild. But there's still reds in here, and there's loads of them. So that colony will be up as well, and there's babies galore in there, so that colony will be up. Haven't got lots of reds, orange eye reds, but what I meant by the colour was, you see that dark one there with the very dark genetic on the head. That's sort of the genetic that I'm going to try and maintain, or darker, so almost a ruby. And these are, I mean, they're not brilliant, and they get a lot of reflection, but these are my reds. There's a bit of flame moss in there, and everything hides in there, but those are my red galaxies. And again, there's some that probably could do with coming out, but there's some in there with a really deep red, and if I can sort of maintain that deep red, I'll sort of stick to that. So yeah, so I'll put my plans down, and what I'll probably do is I'll probably put a post up when I'm ready to sort of clear stuff out. I try, and I think probably what's best is to get an empty tank, drop a cycled filter in it, and catch a load of shrimp out of a tank, move it into that, video them in that tank, and then wait for them to sell, clear them out, ship them out, and then move on to the next one. And once I've cleared the tanks out that I want, I can rearrange this rack. So 40 minutes on a live. It's a shame because I know we used to I know you do, I've seen them. And someone's asked, when will you list the shrimp on the website? I don't know. It's I'm living day by day at the moment, because today I might be able to sit here and do stuff, and tomorrow I'm stuck in the chair, and it is literally just a case of I've got to sort of make hay while the sun shines. And some days I can get stuff done, other days I can't. Say that these have evaporated, they need a top up of RO, but I haven't put any RO you know, it's easy enough for me to do, but I haven't been able to carry RO in here, and someone on here is going to moan at me about automating and getting it pumped in, but all good things. I'll get things done as and when. But I'm gonna. The lights have gone off on the first two racks, and I don't think these ones are much far behind it. So I'm not gonna end there. I'm close to ending, but what I am going to do, if for those that are interested, so that's my camera bag, is show you one of the froggies. And these plants are all starting to bed in now. So again, that peace lily there was from Rob, and Rob wouldn't believe this, but I actually killed one of them. And I also killed a pothos that he gave me, but the other one's okay. So there was a pothos in here, but it just didn't take. That's up, isn't it? So there was a pothos in here, but it just didn't take. But the peace lily's starting to grow in. My fern's growing in. My Pamilla's growing in quite nicely. I'm trying to see if I can spot another frog. There actually is 4 in here, but you rarely see the 4 together. I have seen them all together this week, and the glass needs cleaning, but obviously the humidity's up. And then if we turn, so there's the pothos that I managed to keep alive, Rob, barely. And then finally, this is where we'll wrap up, is I've got some, the lights are off in here, so I've got some enclosures there, but the plan is, on this wall here, we were going to build like a box shelf with all heat cables in, and we were just going to hang it on that wall for the spiders, but I want to video that, and my uncle's workshop's so small that we need to drag like the table saw out into the driveway to get stuff done. He's an old boy, but if we finish with, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, if we finish with the spiders, I don't know if I can turn that up enough. Can I? Yes, no. They're on the ceiling. Let me just take this tripod off the bottom of this thing, and we might be able to get under there. I don't know if I can turn the camera up enough. So there's my Regal, and she's run off. Where's she gone to? Oh, there she is. I'll take this out of the, bear with me, I'll actually take it out of the, I'll take the phone out of the holder. And then I can zoom in. Let's, she'll go funny when I open the, where is she? There she is. She's stunning, she's. And she watches you like a hawk as well, so if I put my hand over the top, oh, she might come out. She's probably got her eyes on me. I'm worried about running out while I'm on alive. See her look. She can see me by moving my hand. I know I'm shaking, apologies. But yeah, that's us. The plans for the room are, obviously I'm going to do the, let's zoom that out a bit. Obviously I'm going to do the little shelf there for the spiders and cable that up, and then what that will do at the moment, this is just my sort of junk area, but the plan is to so this is a video that's coming up on additives, by the way. I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm starting to prep stuff, and I think my plan for here is clear all this down. These are in a tank at the moment, sort of on its side. Clear all this down, and then what I want to do is get some big whiteboards, so I can do product reviews and stuff and film on a white or black background. And then I've I was speaking to Rob about this yesterday as well. So this this terrarium's sort of, I lost the plant up in the corner. I did have a begonia in here that didn't do well, and I'm going to change the leaf litter, and I might add a bit of bogwood in here and put some plants on that as well. But I'm waiting for some specific frogs for that one, and I have been told a couple of months, so it sort of fits nicely with my own personal plans because I've got other things going on as well. And that's us, guys. So hope you've enjoyed it. Just keep an eye out on the channel for, I don't know if you follow the Facebook, but I've actually got videos recorded and scheduled, the Sunday videos, up until the end of March, and I want to try and get scheduled to the end or the middle or the end of May, and have a bit of a break in between that, so you guys have still got videos. But I've got scripts for stuff that I want to do as well, so I've got some scripts, and I'm gonna do some sort of beginner, you know, some info for beginners as well. But I've been having to play with bits of software and, as you know, bits of AI, which I've decided not to buy, by the way. But I am using, you might notice my thumbnails are different, so I'm using AI to generate my thumbnails and then tweaking and editing those. But in here, what I'm hoping for is this this Photonia was doing really well where I moved it from, and now it isn't. I'm hoping that sort of creates me a big bush there, and this sort of side will be planted, and I'll have an open area there. And I've currently got a gnat problem in there, hence the yellow thing. Well, I've got them everywhere, to be honest, but I'll just check messages, and then none of my, so Acast do any of I know, yeah, forget to water it. So do any of my rocks affect water parameters? No, and I'll explain why. I only use certain rocks. So two rocks that I use are lava rock. So lava rock and dragonstone are the only two rocks I use. But this rock here is it actually isn't a rock. It's I wanted a piece of rock for something, and I didn't have any, so what I did was I super glued together some alpha grog. So that rock is actually 3 pieces of there's about 6 pieces of alpha grog filter material glued together, and they're all inert rocks. So rocks in Carradina tanks, you have to be really careful. You'll 99% be safe. The heater's just come on in here, if you can hear a fan. 99%, and I don't think anything's 100%. Dragonstone's inert, lava rock is inert as well. So that's, I'm trying to think if I've got any. So that's a piece of red lava rock, that's a piece of black lava rock, and then on the shelves I haven't got a piece of lava rock, but the lights are off in here. That's a piece of dragonstone, which is like a type of I have there. So I've got a piece of black there. Bring that into the light for you. So it's just volcanic rock, lava rock is, but it's 99% guaranteed it'll be inert, and anything that we put in will be either clay, so it'll be a baked clay, or stuff like that as an ornament, which is it's a type of plastic, isn't it? And they'll all be inert. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I planned on doing sort of a 10 minute live about 50 minutes 54 seconds ago. So thanks for watching, everyone. In fact, let's flip the camera and I'll speak to you by face. So the beard's coming back. And if anyone wonders what this is, I've got no I've got no pigmentation in my skin here, and it was my beard grows weird on it and everything, but I had an operation on my chest, and when they cut me here and that healed, for whatever reason I ended up with a diamond here of no skin pigmentation. So and I'm trying to grow my beard back because I got a bit fed up with it and shaved it all off. But the plan, and I'm getting a baggy neck. The plan for the beard is I'm not going to shave it until I go to Turkey at the end of April. So it's probably going to be down here somewhere, and I'll get them to give it a nice shape, because if you want a proper shave, go to Turkey, you know. So hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I'll try and do some more random ones over the next few weeks, because I've got so many videos recorded and sort of planned in. It gives me more opportunities to do live stuff. So, and I'll make this public as well. So it'll take a bit to process, but I'll make this public as well. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye on the channel. Loads of good things in the pipeline. And take care. Have a good evening. Bye, everyone.